Well, the United States federal government has shut down many, many times. This happened before. Well, it hasn't shut down, but the risk of them shutting down, where the Senate is working late, burning the midnight oil, trying to decipher. It's always Republican versus Democrat funding bills that they're going over, and if they can't reach an agreement, then the federal government shuts down. And so it happened tonight at 12 o'clock midnight Eastern Standard Time in the United States here. The government shut down, the federal government. Doesn't mean the local government is not affected, state government is not affected, only the federal government is affected. So, what does the federal government mean? That means all the federal government, ICE, um, FBI, U.S. Marshals, Department of Defense, Department of Justice. Um, the list goes on and on and on and on. Thing is, even though it's shut down, supposedly the federal government workforce still needs to report to work in the morning. Now, my question is, do you think they're going to go in? They're going to go to work in the morning, or are they going to use their sick days? As a local government retiree, I can tell you that people use their sick days like crazy. Any federal government, state government, or local government, especially if you belong to a union, you get a lot of sick days, and you can call in sick whenever you want. And I think a lot of people are going to call in sick this morning. Um, are you guys going to go to the ATM and get money out of the ATM right now? Do you expect that to happen in the morning, like a big bank rush? There's a lot of things that can happen right now because um, in the last 5 years, I've seen this happen. I've seen the threat of the U.S. government shutting down, right? But then the Republicans and Democrats eventually come to a resolution, and they don't shut down the government, right? Like right before, like a half an hour or 2 hours before the expected shutdown, which is always 12 o'clock midnight. They usually find a resolution, right? But this time they didn't find a resolution. They actually shut down the federal government. So now I'm looking at it through a Bible prophecy lens. I'm thinking, well, will the phoenix arise from the ashes? What could arise from this, especially with Trump having all these cities. It's basically, you know, um, what is it called again? Martial law. Yeah, martial law. People don't see it as martial law, but I see it as martial law. And I don't know how many cities he has under martial law, but today when the Secretary of Defense was speaking to all the top brass in Quantico, Virginia, the Secretary of Defense said that he hinted. He didn't hint. He actually said. He said that the military could actually use cities for training operations. I'm like, what? What are they talking about? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And they're also thinking. Secretary General of Defense also said. Um, he also said that he's going to create a quick priority response team, something akin to that in the United States military. And I'm like, isn't the United States military supposed to be operational 24/7? Why do we need a quick response team? I don't get that. There's a lot of weird things happening in all over the world, not just the United States. But usually if it starts in the United States, it trickles all over the world, obviously. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you think this shutdown will last more than 24 hours or not? Because in the past, I only recall it being shut down and it only lasting for maybe 12 hours or 1 or 2 days. I really don't remember, but it I think it was just one day, and then everybody came back in the chambers and they came to a resolution and they passed the funding bills they needed to pass. Everybody voted for it, and the government, the federal government, was restored again. So it's really interesting. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna go check on the news right now, and we'll see. So let me see. So yeah, the U.S. government just shut down here in the United States. Um, they've had these threats in before. In my lifetime, I've seen, I don't know, maybe once or twice a year in the past 10 years, they've threatened to shut down the U.S. federal government, but they always came to a resolution, right? Right now, supposedly, it's because of a funding bill. The Republicans and the Democrats just can't seem to um, come together and agree. There's so much division, and so yeah, 12 o'clock midnight came and they shut down the U.S. federal government. So this means that TSA is going to be affected. Um, the Department of Defense, United States Air Force, United States Army, all branches of the military, um, the FBI, ICE, immigration, all of that's going to be affected. And so I'm just wondering if how long do you think this shutdown is going to last for? Do you think it's going to last for more than 24 hours or no? I think I started a poll. Maybe I didn't. Oh yeah, there we go. So I'm just wondering, what do you guys think? Do you think it's going to last more than 24 hours? I was talking to a friend earlier, and he said when you get paid, um, because we're both retired and we get our paychecks deposited at 4 a.m. No, actually, he got paid earlier because he had a different bank. But I'm wondering if I should go to the ATM at 4 o'clock in the morning, because 4 o'clock in the morning is when I get my direct deposit into my checking account. I wonder if I should go and get money without. I wonder if I should withdraw money out of there, because this could be big, guys. Because with the geopolitical landscape, with everything that's happening right now, you know, I mean, what's going to arise from the shutdown? What's going to come out of the shutdown? Again, the shutdowns that I've seen in the past, I only recall. I'm 51 years old. I only recall it being shut down once, and when it was shut down once, it was within a matter of 12 hours, you know, the Democrats and Republicans came back into the chambers and they worked out their problems, and the federal government was restored. So I don't know if that's gonna be restored or not. I really don't know. I mean, with everything that's going on right now, this could be the remember there's a one world religion coming, right? And I saw that with um, the whole Charlie Kirk memorial, which was more like a political rally. That was crazy. I mean, who has sparklers and fireworks at a memorial for a guy that was shot? It's very strange. But you know, I saw Erica Kirk, who's a Roman Catholic. JD Vance is a Roman Catholic, and we all know that Pope Francis came out and said all paths lead to heaven, which is a lie straight from the pits of hell. There's only one way. Jesus Christ is the only way. That's it. And so I already see the one world religion coming, and it's being spearheaded by the Roman Catholic Church. And Erica Kirk is the CEO of Turning Point, right? And and then I saw politics being mixed with religion at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. It looked more like a political rally to me. It was very strange. And I'm just thinking to myself, wow, is this the combination of, because we know that there's going to be a one world religion. I already see that coming because of the whole interfaith movement, the coexist movement, the ecumenical movement. We see all these people blending, all religions blending into one, right? Because people have lost faith, right? This is the great falling away, the great apostasy, and people don't believe in God anymore. There's no fear of the Lord anymore. That's why there's no wisdom and understanding. And there's also needs to be, so the B system is composed of the one world religion, the one world government, and the one world economic system, or the one or digital currency. So the one world religion is already on its way. The one world government could stem from this right now, from this U.S. government shutdown. The federal government just shut down right now at 12 o'clock midnight. So that means TSA, DOD, ICE. I mean, you just think about it. The whole federal government is shut down. Do they still have to go to work in the morning? Yeah, they're still required to go to work in the morning. But the thing is, with the federal government and local government and state government, because a lot of them are unions, you get a lot of sick days. It's not like a private organization. So I think a lot of people are going to call in sick in the morning. And if a lot of people call in sick, that could be it could be catastrophic throughout the entire United States. Imagine that. I mean, listen, at the airport, you have the air traffic control. That's federal. So if they don't show up in the morning, your airports are not going to be running. And if there's like a major crime that happens, and the FBI has to investigate it, if the FBI calls in sick, there's another problem. So out of this United States federal government shutdown, which is, like I said earlier, I've only seen it happen once, and the one time that I did see it happen, within 12 hours, it was restored. The Republicans and the Democrats got back together, and they came to a resolution. I think what happened with this one was they were arguing about a funding bill, something about funding. It's always about money, right? And so they came to an impasse, and the federal government shut down. So, but again, with all the geopolitical things that are happening in the world right now, could the one world government, could the phoenix arise from the ashes because of what just happened right now? I don't know. I really don't know. I actually get paid today in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. I get direct deposit, and I'm thinking, should I go hop on my motorcycle and go to the ATM at 4 o'clock in the morning and withdraw cash? I'm just starting to think, because there could be a big bankroll, where people take lots of money out, and this is obviously going to affect the stock market. So whoever is watching is in this, your stocks, you may want to you may want to sell some shares. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but everybody thought that they were going to come to a resolution before 12 o'clock midnight, and that didn't happen. And so now we're in an official federal government shutdown. It's shut down. And with the whole geopolitical landscape, could this be the rise of the one world government? Is this the reset they need? So half of you think that you think the shutdown will last 24 hours. Half of you say yes, half of you say no. Yeah, I know. I have no idea either. I'm like in between. I don't know. But I do know that with everything that's happening, that again, they threatened to do this in the last since I've been paying attention to politics. They threatened to do this many times in the past. So it's pretty much like a boy cry wolf situation. And so it never actually happened, right? Like I said, it happened once that I remember, but within 12 hours it was restored. But it looks like they're shut down for good, and it's going to affect a lot of things. So my recommendation to all of you is as soon as you can, seriously, go to the ATM, get some money out, because there may be like a long line at the ATM. People may panic, right? Because everybody's on edge right now. Because everybody, you can feel it in the air. There's just something's not right. Everybody knows that. People who have the Holy Spirit and people who don't have the Holy Spirit. Everybody's on edge right now. And now that the United States government is shut down at the federal level, I don't know. I don't know. It could be something that's going to come out of there. I'm thinking the one world government, because we already see the one world religion being spearheaded by the Roman Catholic Church. I don't know if you guys saw uh, Eric, I'm sorry, Charlie Kirk's funeral, his memorial, but it just seemed very odd that they had sparklers and fireworks at the funeral, not the funeral, the memorial, and it was like a political rally, right? And then you see Donald Trump sitting there with Elon Musk, and they're best buddies again. I thought they had a big feud. I mean, what are they doing together again? It doesn't make sense, right? It's all one big smokescreen, guys. You know that. It's all one big smokescreen, and it's like all the players, the major players, are in the background, And this is just one. They're playing us like they always do. That's why there's so much mistrust in the government. So I don't know, but I just wanted to report to you that yeah, the United States federal government has shut down, and if you know, I would suggest go and get some cash out just in case. I mean, what if this happens? Like people go into a panic, right? And and then the whole toilet paper situation happens again. People can't get toilet paper. I mean, I don't know. We'll see in the morning, right? Right now, most of the United States is asleep, except you guys. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Um, Bible prophecy has to unfold. Nothing can stop it. It's going to come with. It's like birth pains, right? Before the woman gives labor, before she gives birth, the frequency and the intensity of her contractions are just going to exponentially increase, and this is what we're seeing in the world. And so, don't be surprised if something happens. I mean, I just see many federal workers calling in sick tomorrow. They're going to use their sick days because that's what unions do. If you look at the federal government as a whole, there's the ACL-CIO. There's so many unions everywhere, and the unions have a lot of power. And these people can call in sick whenever they want. It's not like, if you work for a private organization, where they can fire you for whatever reason. No, no, no. Unions have a lot of power, and so I just see a lot of people calling in sick tomorrow. And remember, if the air traffic controllers, that's federal, so the airports. There could be major flight disruptions at the airport tomorrow. Like I said earlier, if there's a crime tomorrow and the FBI has to, go investigate, how much FBI agents are going to really be out there? So this could have devastating consequences. Hopefully, hopefully the Republicans and the Democrats can get back together and they can come to a resolution. That's what I'm praying for, because I don't want to see anybody. With the way things are right now, it's just everything's so shaky. And what if, right? Because remember, federal government is the entire military, right? You have the Air Force, you have the Marines, the Army, the Coast Guard. Am I missing one or no? Air Force, Army, Marines, Coast Guard. I think it's just four, right? So what if, everybody's supposed to work, everybody's supposed to show up to work tomorrow, right? But like I said, if they call in sick, right? Military can't do that because military doesn't belong to a union, right? But let's say other branches of the government, like the DOD, the Department of Defense, right? They call in sick tomorrow, right? And let's say our enemies are watching this, right? And they're saying, "Oh, the U.S. government is shut down, the federal government, right?" That's a weak spot right there. That's a little crack, right? Where the enemies could see us as being weak, and you guys have seen this conflict already with Russia invading our airspace in the Alaska area. It's not the first time they've done this before, but they keep doing it with more intensity and frequency, and who knows. And with all these, let's talk about nuclear war happening. I don't know I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen, but I would recommend that you go to the bank and get some money out of the ATM just in case, you know. And yeah, let's see. Let's see. Maybe the one world government will arise from this, right? The phoenix shall arise from the ashes. We'll see. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Go to bed, guys. I'm tired too. Ciao.